students, welcome to our science class. Our chapter name is Our Environment and Natural Resources. In the last class, we started this chapter and discussed some of the things. What we discussed about what is environment. Then we discussed about what is pollution, what is pollutant, which are the different types of pollution. Like the things we discussed that two pollutions we already discussed in detail and two are left, and now we are going to discuss that. So, what is pollution? Pollution, it is the mixing of harmful substances in the natural resources, or the environment is called what? Pollution. And there are different types of pollutions are there. We study for, and within this pollution, who produce pollution? We call it as pollutant. So the harmful changes, the harmful mixing of the substances or the harmful changes of our environment is called what? Pollution by some sort of things, and that things are pollutant. And there are different types of pollution, and that pollutions are A, W, S and N. A, W, S, N. Air pollution, water pollution, soil pollution and noise pollution. We already discussed about air pollution. That means the pollution that is caused to air. That means some sort of things are mixing with air cause air pollution. Some toxic substances or some different types of gases all cause air pollution. We said that the gases emitting from the factories and the burning of fossil fuels all cause air pollution. We already discussed. And then we discussed about water pollution. Water pollution means the water is converted to contaminated water by mixing some chemical substances or some toxic substances. That is what water pollution. And next is soil pollution. These two we already discussed in our last class, and now we are on the topic soil pollution. Soil pollution. That is also very simple. Soil pollution. What is the soil pollution? As its name, we know that it is the pollution caused to soil. This soil pollution have another name, and that is this land pollution. Land pollution. So, soil pollution have another name, and that is land pollution. Now, how we can define the soil pollution? Dumping of solid waste. Dumping of solid waste to land cause soil pollution. That is, I'm just throwing some plastic bottles, some metal pieces, some glass beakers, like everything I am just throwing to soil. What happens? They will left in the similar way for years and years. And so, I can call it as soil pollution. So, the thing is this, the definition is this: dumping of solid waste. Solid waste. Solid waste. What is this solid waste? Solid waste include plastic bags, glass bottles, metal containers, etc. So this is plastic waste. So we can say soil pollution is the dumping of some solid waste like plastic bags, glass bottles, metal containers all to land, and that causes soil pollution. So this is the simple definition. And now we are going to study, this is one possibility. That means when we are dumping some solid waste, what happens? It causes soil pollution. And another possibility is this, we are using some chemical fertilizers. And this we are giving to the soil. And because of that, what happens? They also produce some soil pollution. So we can say excess usage of fertilizers and pesticides also cause soil pollution. That means the excess usage of fertilizers, not only the chemical fertilizers but also the organic fertilizers also, when we are using in excess quantity, what happens? That also cause soil pollution. That is the one possibility. So we can say when we are dumping of solid waste and also when we are using excess amount of fertilizers and pesticides, then what happens? That also cause soil pollution. And now we are going to study the effect. This is about the definition of soil pollution and how it happens. Now we are going to study the effect. Effect means after the soil pollution, what will happen? That is the effect. Effects. We already said that when we are using fertilizers, it leads to soil pollution. And I can say because of that our soil will convert it to infertile. Infertile means the soil loses the property of fertility. That means its ability of fertility will get reduced. So I can say soil gets infertile. What is the problem of this infertile? The problem of infertile is this: when it happens the infertile, the soil is unable to grow plants, or it will reduce the growth of plants. So we can say when we are using excess amount of fertilizers and pesticides, what happens? The soil gets infertile. So that is the point. And the next is this: in our soil, we know they have different types of microorganisms are there. And some microorganisms are very important for the growth of plants. We already studied in our previous chapters and all. So the thing is this: some microorganisms are important some microorganisms are very important for the growth of plants. And the thing is this: by this soil pollution, we are using some sort of things on the soil now, and so that will damage these microorganisms. I already said that the microorganisms which promote the growth of plants are getting damaged with our soil pollution. And so what happens? That will reduce the growth of plants. So we can say the microorganisms get harm and it affect the growth of plants. So this is the next point. And now these are the effects. So 2 points are there. The soil gets infertile and the microorganisms in the soil which promote the growth of plants get harm and it affects the growth of plants. So these are the points. Now we are going to discuss about how to prevent soil pollution. How we can prevent the soil pollution. prevention of soil pollution. How we can prevent this soil pollution? One thing is this, I already said that when I am throwing something in soil, so first we just want to stop this throwing. First point is this, use dustbin. Use dustbin. Don't throw things somewhere else. Don't throw things somewhere else. Use dustbin. Just put the waste things and all in the dustbin and make it proper treatment. Treatment means make it proper destruction. So the thing is this, prevention. Use dustbin. That means do not throw waste somewhere. Do not throw waste somewhere. And the next is this. We already studied that there are different types of waste is there, and we studied two types of waste. Which are they? Biodegradable waste and non-biodegradable waste. Now the point is this, something related to that, and we just want to separate this biodegradable waste and non-biodegradable waste. So that is the second point. Separate biodegradable and non-biodegradable. So the second point is this, how we are talking about how we can prevent the soil pollution. So separate biodegradable and non-biodegradable waste. And why we are doing this, that is the third point. So the thing is this, we know this biodegradable wastes are the waste that is decomposed by microorganisms. That means it is spoiled by microorganisms that will be converted to some other form, or it will be dissolved by the microorganisms. But this non-biodegradable waste will be left in the similar way for years and years. And so that's why we are saying that separate the biodegradable and non-biodegradable waste. What is the advantage for this separation? The thing is very simple. This biodegradable waste will be degraded by the microorganisms. But what about the non-biodegradable waste? We just want to find some other method to reuse it. That means we call it as recycling of non-biodegradable waste. Recycling means we are using this non-biodegradable waste in another form. You can see some sort of symbol on some plastic and all like this, and there you can see reusable or recycling like things you can see. That means the thing is very simple. You can reuse that beaker, or you can reuse. We can make the plastic into another form after the use. That is the thing. And so the third point is this, recycle. Recycle means just make it into another form. Recycle non-biodegradable waste. Recycle non-biodegradable waste. We just want to recycle it. Then we can again use it. Now it's no longer waste. So that is why we are separating this biodegradable waste and non-biodegradable waste. So that is the point. And the next point is this. We already said that these fertilizers produce some sort of problems on soil and it leads to soil pollution. So we just want to reduce the usage of fertilizers and pesticides. Reduce usage of pesticides and fertilizers. So these are the points of prevention of soil pollution. Some important things are there, but it's very simple. So these are all about the soil pollution, and it is also called land pollution. The next is noise pollution. Noise pollution. What is this noise pollution? We already studied about soil pollution, water pollution, air pollution. When we studied air pollution, we studied that it is the pollution on air. We studied for the water pollution, it is the pollution on water. And then we studied the land pollution or air pollution, it is the pollution on soil. So, in the similar way we can say, this is the pollution or noise? No. The thing is this, first we just want to know what is this noise. Actually, in the similar way as the air pollution, water pollution, soil pollution, we can say this as sound pollution. Actually, this noise pollution and sound pollution are same concepts. And the thing is this sound pollution is the pollution on sound. And we are using this noise pollution. Both terms are same. And what is this noise? First, we just want to study what is this noise. What is noise? What is noise? Actually, we are classifying the sound into two. One is music and other is noise. We are classifying the sound into two, music and noise. Now the question is this, what is music and what is noise? What is the difference between this music and this noise? It is very simple. Some of the sounds are very pleasing. When I am talking, you feel, it's very nice. And when I am making very noise and continuously making irritating you, then what happens? That is noise. We are talking about music and noise. So here you can see this is one mouth organ. I am using this and making sound. When we are making it very pleasing, when we are playing it in a particular manner, I can call it as music. But when I am making it very loud, very annoying, then I can call it as noise. That means when I am using this and produce sound, when I am producing this noise, I can call it as noise. That means the sound which produce irritation is called what? Noise. Irritating sound. The irritating sound is called, actually simply we can say it as noise, and the pleasing sound, the pleasant sound is what? Music. So that is the difference between this music and noise. So we can say the sound is classified into two, music and noise. Noise means the irritating, unpleasant sound. So noise pollution means we are producing some sort of noise in our atmosphere, and because of that they produce some problems with the human beings and also the animals and for the environment. That is what simply we can say this is the noise pollution. First we just want to study the definition for noise. That is our first part. What is noise? Noise. What is noise? The definition is very simple. The unpleasant, sometimes the sound is pleasant, but we are just increasing the sound to very high level. What happens? There also it start to irritate. So I can say very loud sound is also considered as noise. So the unpleasant, loud and undesired. That means at some particular time we don't need to hear the sound. We are not supposed to hear the sound. At that time we just feel that sound is also irritating. That also we can consider as noise. So three sounds are there. The unpleasant. Unpleasant means the some noise, irritating sound. The unpleasant, very loud and undesired sound called noise. So this is noise. The unpleasant, loud and undesired sound is called what? Noise. So this is the definition. And now we can say simply the noise causes noise pollution. Who causes noise pollution? Noise produce noise pollution. And how this noise pollution happens, or who produces noise pollution? The things are these: loudspeakers. Loudspeakers produce noise pollution. I already said that. That means when the volume is increasing and increasing, that produces irritation to our ears. So loudspeakers, vehicles. Some vehicles like bullet and all, you can hear some sort of very high noise which is very irritating. And that also produces this noise pollution. So loudspeakers are there, vehicles are there, some machines. Some machines like the mixer, grinder and all are producing very high noise. And so that is also producing noise pollution. So I can say loudspeakers, vehicles, machines, and also you can add the extra examples here. These all cause sound pollution. And the next is this. What are the effects of this noise pollution? Effects. Effects means what will happen with this noise pollution? Effects. What are the effects? Actually, the effects will cause to our ears. That means the first effect is this. It will cause or it will lead to deafness. Deafness. What is this deafness? Deafness means the loss of ability to hear. And it may be partially or completely. Partially means the lossage of the ability to hear may partially, very little, or with the continuous usage of this noise, what happens? You may lose the sound ability. The identification of sound may completely lost. That means it will lead to partial deafness or complete deafness. Deafness means lossage of ability to hear. So it will lead to deafness. That is the first effect of this sound pollution. And the next is this high. It will lead to high BP, blood pressure. It will lead to high blood pressure. When we are continuously hearing very noise and sound, what happens? It increases our blood pressure and we just feel annoyed. We are getting very irritated. That's because of the increase in the blood pressure in our body. So we can say this noise pollution increases the blood pressure. The third thing is this. This leads to depression. This leads to depression. We may get depressed because of the continuous usage of noise pollution. That's why we are saying that don't use that, this, reduce the sound like things. So the noise pollution's effects are these. It will lead to deafness. Maybe partially or completely we may lose the ability to hear. And the second one is this. We will get high BP. high blood pressure. High blood pressure. We may get high blood pressure. And the next is we may get depressed because of this noise pollution. So, as our other pollutions, this noise pollution is also harmful. It causes some sort of problems to all human beings, all animals, and everything have its own problems with this noise pollution. This is all about the effects. Now we are going to study about how to prevent this noise pollution. How we can prevent. Prevention. One thing is this, we just want to reduce the volume of television, radio, music players, everything we just want to put in a soothing sound. Don't increase the sound and produce it as noise pollution. So, keep the volume of devices like television, then mobile, radio, etc. Keep the volume of devices low. We just want to put the volume in a normal, comfortable level. Don't increase the sound and produce it as a confusion or not make it as a pollution. So, keep the volume of devices like TV, mobiles, radio, etc. to low. The next point is this. Generally for the programs and all we are using loudspeakers. That is, you can see very huge loudspeakers and they are producing very high sound and you can hear the sound in kilometers and kilometers away. So the thing is this, avoid loudspeakers. Avoid the usage of loudspeakers. Avoid the usage of loudspeakers. And the next is this. You can see some of the vehicles are producing very high sound. So, just put or connect silencer to the machines. Connect silencer to the machines. Connect silencer to the machines. Whatever the machines which producing very high sound, just connect silencer. Silencer means the device which reduce the sound, which decrease the quantity or the pitch of the sound. That is the silencer. So, we can say this is how we can prevent the noise pollution. We studied that this noise pollution is the pollution that is happened by the noise. Don't think that this noise pollution is the pollution happens on noise. Not that. This noise pollution is the pollution happens on sound. This is also called sound. Generally, noise, we can say sound is of two types. Music is the, noise is the, and this noise is the unpleasant sound. Unpleasant sound means which sound produces irritation on our ears is called what? Noise. And we already studied that it is the very loud sound which is very unpleasant, undesired sound is what? Noise. And we already studied the effect. It will cause deafness, cause high BP, then depression will happen. All this caused by noise pollution, and also we can prevent it by reducing the sound, avoid loudspeakers, connect silencer to the machines and all. This is all about the noise and sound pollution. Noise pollution or sound pollution. So we already discussed about the pollution. We completed the topic pollution. We studied the different types of pollution, air pollution, water pollution, soil pollution and noise pollution. So this is all about the pollution. You already know all these things. It is very simple, and the thing is this, these all things are actually for your awareness, and no need of by hearting or nothing. Just understand what it is and you can write in your own words. So the thing is this, just take your textbook page number 100. Here you can see a green box is the multiple choice questions. 2 questions are there. You just want to fill that for the next day as your homework. And next day we can discuss what is this greenhouse effect, what is this global warming, all these things. So you are already familiar with this greenhouse effect and the global warming in the newspaper and all. Just try to find what is this global warming, what is this greenhouse effect. That is for the work for the next day. We will discuss in the next day for the further topics.